हॅलो फ्रेंड्स, आज आपण आता नवीन टॉपिकला सुरुवात करणार आहोत आणि तो नवीन टॉपिक आहे फिनॉल, स्टँडर्ड 12, लेक्चर नंबर 1. नाउ व्हॉट इज फिनॉल ही कन्सेप्ट आपल्याला नॉमनक्लेचरच्या माध्यमातून आता लक्षामध्ये घ्यायची आहे. बघा, फिन दॅट इज बेन्झिन. बेन्झिन रिंगला जर का OH ग्रुप आपण लावला, बघा ही बेन्झिन रिंग आहे, त्याला जर का OH ग्रुप आपण लावला तर दॅट इज बेन्झिन प्लस OL, that is benzene. Now what is phenol? When one or more than one OH group are directly attached to carbon of the benzene ring, then that is called as phenol. जेव्हा बेन्झिन रिंगच्या कार्बनला डायरेक्टली एक किंवा एकापेक्षा जास्त OH ग्रुप अटॅच असतात तेव्हा त्याला आपण फिनॉल असं म्हणू शकतो. काय डेफिनेशन आहे? वन और मोर OH ग्रुप directly attached to the carbon of the benzene ring, that is called as phenol. Now there are various types of phenol. The first type is monohydric phenol. Now what is monohydric phenol? When one OH group is directly attached to carbon of the OH group, carbon of the benzene ring in fact, then that is called as monohydric phenol. काय सांगतोय लक्ष द्या. When one OH group is directly attached to carbon of the benzene ring, then that is called as monohydric phenol. Here are some examples of monohydric phenol. The first one, the C6H5OH. बेन्झिन रिंगला एक हायड्रोजन काढला, त्याच्याऐवजी OH ग्रुप आपण ठेवलेला आहे, तर दिस इज द फर्स्ट मेंबर ऑफ द मोनोहायड्रिक फिनॉल अँड इट्स नेम इज ऑल्सो फिनॉल. म्हणजे पूर्ण क्लासचं नाव फिनॉल आहे आणि फिनॉल मधल्या पहिल्या मेंबरचं नाव सुद्धा काय आहे? फिनॉलच आहे. आणि याचाच आपल्याला प्रामुख्याने अभ्यास असणार आहे. बाकीचे जे मेंबर आहे एखाद दुसऱ्या वेळेला आपल्याला अभ्यासात आल्याचं दिसून येईल. मग C6H5OH दॅट इज फिनॉल. नाव धिस वन, दोन बेन्झिन रिंग आहे, इथे OH ग्रुप आहे, हा झाला अल्फा कार्बन. इट इज कॉल्ड एज अल्फा नॅफ्थॉल और 1 नॅफ्थॉल. अल्फा नॅफ्थॉल और 1 नॅफ्थॉल असं स्ट्रक्चर इथे काढलेलं आहे. फक्त OH ग्रुप इथे काढला, हा पहिला कार्बन, हा दुसरा कार्बन. मग याला म्हटलं जातं 2 नॅफ्थॉल और बीटा नॅफ्थॉल. हा सुद्धा मोनोहायड्रिक फिनॉल आहे, कारण यामध्ये कार्बनला डायरेक्टली अटॅच OH ग्रुप किती आहे? एकच आहे. पुढे घेतला आपण हा, याचं नाव ऑर्थोक्रेसॉल किंवा 2 मिथिल फिनॉल. दुसऱ्या, हा पहिला कार्बन, हा दुसरा कार्बन, दुसऱ्याला मिथिल आहे, 2 मिथिल फिनॉल दॅट इज ऑर्थोक्रेसॉल. हा पण मोनोहायड्रिक फिनॉल आहे, कारण एकच OH ग्रुप डायरेक्टली अटॅच टू कार्बन ऑफ बेन्झिन रिंग आहे. दुसरा घेतला आपण मेटॅक्रेसॉल. मेटॅक्रेसॉलचं इथे मी ब्रॅकेट मुद्दामून रिकामे सोडलेत, कारण हे नावं तुम्हालाच जमायला पाहिजे. याला जसं आपण म्हटलं होतं 2 मिथिल फिनॉल, मग हा 1 2 3 याचं नाव काय येईल? 3 मिथिल फिनॉल दॅट इज मेटॅक्रेसॉल. याचं नाव काय येईल? 1 2 3 4 4 मिथिल फिनॉल दॅट इज पॅराक्रेसॉल. All these are the examples of monohydric phenol. त्यानंतर हे घेतलेलं आहे, this is 4-hydroxybenzaldehyde. 4-hydroxybenzaldehyde. It is also monohydric phenol because only one OH group is directly attached to carbon of benzene ring. This is 2-hydroxybenzoic acid. हा बेन्झोइक ऍसिड आहे, त्याच्या 2 नंबरच्या पोझिशनला OH ग्रुप आहे. दिस इज 2-hydroxybenzoic acid. It is also monohydric phenol. This one is 4-hydroxyethyl benzoate. 4-hydroxyethyl benzoate आपण या ठिकाणी घेतलेला आहे. शेवटचा जो कंपाऊंड आहे तो आहे 4-hydroxymethyl benzoate. हा आपण या ठिकाणी घेतलेला आहे. तर ऑल दीज आर द एक्झाम्पल्स ऑफ द मोनोहायड्रिक फिनॉल. हे सगळे कोणते आहेत? तर मोनोहायड्रिक फिनॉल आहे. आता आपल्याला डायहायड्रिक फिनॉल, ट्रायहायड्रिक फिनॉलची उदाहरणं लक्षामध्ये घ्यायची. नाउ द सेकंड टाइप ऑफ फिनॉल इज डायहायड्रिक फिनॉल. What are dihedric phenol? When two OH group are directly attached to carbon of benzene ring, that is called as dihedric phenol. बघा इथे दोन OH ग्रुप डायरेक्टली अटॅच टू कार्बन ऑफ बेन्झिन रिंग आहे, इथे सुद्धा आणि इथे सुद्धा. तर हे तिन्ही एक्झाम्पल डायहायड्रिक फिनॉलचे. हा जो पहिला आहे याचा IUPAC नेमिंग आहे, पहिला कार्बन दुसरा कार्बन. मग बेन्झिन 1,2 डायॉल, काय नाव दिलं? बेन्झिन 1,2 डायॉल, याला कॅटेचॉल असं देखील म्हटलं जातं. हा आहे बेन्झिन 1,3 डायॉल, बेन्झिन 1,3 डायॉल. दोनच OH ग्रुप आहे, डायॉलच म्हणायला पाहिजे आपण. तर बेन्झिन 1,3 डायॉल, पहिला कार्बन दुसरा कार्बन तिसरा कार्बन, याला दुसरं नाव आहे रिसॉर्सिनॉल. नेक्स्ट वन 1, 2, 3, 4, पहिल्या आणि चौथ्या कार्बनला OH ग्रुप आहे. बेन्झिन 1,4 डायॉल, that is hydroquinone or it is also called as quinol. These are the dihedric phenol. हे कोणते आहेत? डायहायड्रिक फिनॉल आहेत. स्ट्रक्चर काढायचे, लिहून काढायचे, नावं लिहायचे, 1-2 वेळा वाचले की हळूहळू करत हे लक्षामध्ये राहतील. आता ट्रायहायड्रिक फिनॉल बघा. व्हॉट इज ट्रायहायड्रिक फिनॉल? व्हेन 3 OH ग्रुप डायरेक्टली अटॅच टू कार्बन ऑफ बेन्झिन रिंग, त्याला ट्रायहायड्रिक फिनॉल म्हणणार आपण. 3 OH ग्रुप डायरेक्टली अटॅच टू कार्बन ऑफ बेन्झिन रिंग आहे. पहिला कार्बन दुसरा तिसरा चौथा पाचवा, म्हणजे पहिल्याला तिसऱ्याला आणि पाचव्याला 3 OH ग्रुप आहे. बेन्झिन 1,3,5 ट्रायॉल और फ्लोरोग्लुसिनॉल हे त्याचं नाव आहे. दुसरा पहिला कार्बन दुसरा तिसरा. सम ऑफ द लोकन्स मस्ट बी लोएस्ट, या पद्धतीने जाणार आपण. 3, 4, 5 आणि 6 असंही गेलं असं चाललं असतं. 1, 2, 3 एकच एक आहे. मग पहिला दुसरा तिसरा नाव काय येईल? बेन्झिन 1,2,3 ट्रायॉल, दॅट इज पायरोगॅलॉल. आणि तिसरा आहे या ठिकाणी सम ऑफ द लोकन्स लोएस्ट करता, याला 1 म्हणू आपण. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 म्हणजे 1, 2, 4 पोझिशनला OH ग्रुप येतात आहे. बेन्झिन 1, 2, 4 ट्रायॉल हे झाले ट्रायहायड्रिक फिनॉलचे एक्झाम्पल. ओव्हरऑल फिनॉल म्हणजे काय सांगितलं आपण की बेन्झिन रिंगच्या कार्बनला डायरेक्टली अटॅच OH ग्रुप असेल तर तो झाला फिनॉल. डायरेक्टली अटॅच OH एक असेल तर मोनोहायड्रिक फिनॉल. बेन्झिन रिंगच्या कार्बनला डायरेक्टली अटॅच 2 OH ग्रुप असले डायहायड्रिक फिनॉल. आणि बेन्झिन रिंगच्या कार्बनला 3 OH ग्रुप डायरेक्टली अटॅच असले तर ट्रायहायड्रिक फिनॉल. दिस इज अबाउट द नॉमनक्लेचर ऑफ फिनॉल. Now about phenol. Phenol, it is the first member of the aromatic hydroxy compound. It is the first member of the aromatic hydroxy compound where OH group is directly attached to carbon of the benzene ring. Where one OH group is directly attached to carbon of the benzene ring. The another name given to phenol are hydroxybenzene carbolic acid phenyl hydroxide. These are also names given to phenol. Now why it is called as carbolic acid? This is because it is first isolated from the distillation of coal tar, and further it has an ability to neutralize the base, and that's why the name acid is involved in its name, and it is called as carbolic acid. What it is called as? Carbolic acid. Now about the structure of the phenol. If we observe the phenol, here this is C6H5OH. If we observe the phenol, then it is found that this carbon is sp2 hybridized because it is attached to double bond. Double bonded carbon is sp2 hybridized. Single bonded carbon is sp3 hybridized. Double bonded carbon is sp2 hybridized, while triple bonded carbon is sp hybridized. Here this carbon is double bonded carbon, and that's why it is sp2 hybridized. This is the first thing about the structure of the phenol. The second thing is that the bond length between carbon and oxygen is 136 picometer. And the third thing, COH bond angle is about 109 degree. Is about 109 degree. Now this angle is 109 degree. Which angle it is? COH. This CO bond length is 136 picometer. this bond length is found to be slightly less than the CO bond length in methanol. We know that this is methanol, CH3OH, CH3OH. Now this CO bond length is in methanol is slightly longer, while the CO bond length in phenol is slightly shorter. We have to see why the CO bond length in phenol is slightly less as compared to that of the CO bond length in methanol. What is the reason behind it? The first thing is that here the lone pair which is present on oxygen is in conjugation with pi electrons present in the aromatic ring. This is the lone pair. It is in conjugation with this pi electron. What is meant by conjugation? Lone pair, single bond, double bond, single bond, double bond, single bond, double bond, single bond. This alternate single double bond arrangement, that is called as conjugation. Now this lone pair which is present on oxygen is in conjugation with the pi electrons present in the aromatic ring. And that's why the resonance effect is possible here. And because of the resonance, the CO bond has partial double bond character as it is in chlorobenzene. Due to the partial double bond character in CO bond, naturally the unsaturation character will be more, and if more is the unsaturation character, the shorter will be the bond length and stronger is the bond. This CO bond has partial double bond character. Due to partial double bond character, here this bond is shorter as compared to the CO bond in methanol. The second reason is that this bond is present between carbon and oxygen, and this carbon is sp2 hybridized. As it is sp2 hybridized, the bond length is found to be shorter in phenol as compared to the CO bond length in methanol. That's why what we can say, CO bond length in phenol is slightly less than the CO bond length in methanol. Two factors are responsible for this. First one, the partial double bond character due to conjugation between lone pair of electron on oxygen and the pi electron present in aromatic ring. And the second reason is this carbon which is attached to oxygen is sp2 hybridized, and that's why the CO bond length in phenol is slightly less than the CO bond length in methanol. This is about the structure of the phenol. Now we have to see the preparation of phenol by various ways. Preparation of phenol from chlorobenzene. We have to prepare phenol from chlorobenzene, and this can be done by two ways. One is the DOS process and other is the Raschig's process. First of all, about the DOS process. In DOS process, it is a two-step process. It is a two-step process. In first step, this chlorobenzene reacts with 6 to 10% aqueous sodium hydroxide at 623 Kelvin under 300 atmospheric pressure. Then we get sodium phenate or sodium phenoxide, and the byproducts are NaCl and H2O. As chlorobenzene is less reactive with respect to sodium hydroxide, that's why the reaction is carried out under drastic condition. Reaction is carried out under drastic condition. This chlorobenzene reacts with 6 to 10% aqueous sodium hydroxide at 623 Kelvin under 300 atmospheric pressure. Then here Cl is replaced by ONa. That's why we get sodium phenate or sodium phenoxide, and the byproduct is NaCl plus H2O. This sodium phenate or sodium phenoxide, which is produced in the first step, here it is acidified by dilute HCl or by carbonic acid or by sulfuric acid. You can choose one of the way. First of all, sodium phenoxide is acidified by dilute HCl. Then here Na goes with Cl as a byproduct, NaCl, hydrogen comes here and we get phenol. Sodium phenoxide acidified by dilute HCl, then we get phenol with a byproduct as sodium chloride. Instead of HCl, one can use carbonic acid, H2CO3, that is H2O plus CO2. Then also sodium phenate get converted into phenol. This also can be done by using sulfuric acid. Two molecules of sodium phenoxide reacts with the sulfuric acid, then we get two molecules of phenol along with the byproduct as sodium sulfate. So this is the preparation of phenol by Dawes process. What is Dawes process? It is two-step process. In first step, chlorobenzene is heated with aqueous 6 to 10% sodium hydroxide at 623 Kelvin under 300 atmospheric pressure. Then we get sodium phenate or sodium phenoxide. This sodium phenate or sodium phenoxide can be acidified by dilute HCl or by H2CO3 or by H2SO4 and it gets converted into phenol. This is the preparation of phenol from chlorobenzene by Dawes process. Now the second method of preparation of phenol from chlorobenzene is Raschig's process. Now what is Raschig's process? It is the process in which the mixture of vapors of chlorobenzene and superheated steam. Mixture of vapors of chlorobenzene and superheated steam is passed over the catalyst like a silica or calcium phosphate at 698 Kelvin, or you can use the catalyst CuCl2 at 623 Kelvin. Then steam hydrolysis of chlorobenzene takes place and chlorobenzene gets converted into phenol. Here Cl is replaced by OH and this Cl goes along with hydrogen as a byproduct HCl. Again, what we can say? The mixture of vapors of chlorobenzene and superheated steam is passed over silica or calcium phosphate at 698 Kelvin, or you can use the catalyst CuCl2 at 623 Kelvin. Then we get phenol. This is called as steam hydrolysis of chlorobenzene. Here it is a one-step process. This Raschig's process is a one-step process. That's why it requires less time and hence it is more economical process as compared to previous process, which is a Dawes process. And Dawes process, we know that it is a two-step process. But Raschig's process is a one-step process. It requires less time and hence Raschig's process is more economical as compared to that of the Dawes process. One more important thing about the Raschig's process. Here the byproduct HCl is also important. This HCl can be recovered and reused. This HCl reacts with the benzene. This HCl reacts with the benzene and it is used to prepare the raw material, that is chlorobenzene. It means the byproduct is also reused here. It is not a wastage. And whenever the byproducts are also reused in the process, naturally the cost of the process decreases and it becomes more economical process. As byproduct HCl reacts with the benzene and prepare the raw material chlorobenzene, naturally the Raschig's process becomes more economical process as compared to that of the Dawes process. This is about the preparation of phenol from chlorobenzene by Raschig's process. Summary: mixture of vapors of chlorobenzene and superheated steam pass over the catalyst SiO2 or Ca3PO4 by 2 at 698 Kelvin or CuCl2 at 623 Kelvin. Then we get phenol along with the byproduct as HCl. This is steam hydrolysis of chlorobenzene. This is single step process. It requires less time and it is more economical process. The byproduct HCl can be recovered and can be reused here. It reacts with the benzene and produces the raw material chlorobenzene. Hence, Raschig's process is more economical process as compared to that of Dosch process. Thus, these are the two processes by means of which chlorobenzene is converted into phenol. The first one is Dosch process and the second one is Raschig's process. Now the next method of preparation of phenol is from benzene sulfonic acid. Benzene ring along with SO3H is called as benzene sulfonic acid. This benzene sulfonic acid, when reacts with a sodium hydroxide, that is base, then we get sodium benzene sulfonate along with water. Here acid reacts with the base. It means it is simple acid base reaction, that is it is simple neutralization reaction. During this reaction, this H goes along with OH as a water. It means the place of hydrogen taken by sodium, and we get sodium benzene sulfonate, benzene ring along with SO3Na. This is neutralization reaction, and this is the first step for the conversion of benzene sulfonic acid into phenol. Again, benzene sulfonic acid, when reacts with the base, then we get sodium benzene sulfonate along with water. This is called as acid-base reaction or neutralization reaction. Then sodium benzene sulfonate is fused with excess of sodium hydroxide at 573 Kelvin. Then we get sodium phenate or sodium phenoxide. This sodium phenate or sodium phenoxide is then acidified by dilute HCl or H2SO4 or H2CO3, and it get converted into phenol. The third step is called as acidification. The first step is neutralization, the second step is fusion, and the third step is acidification. This is about the preparation of phenol from benzene sulfonic acid, and it takes place in 3 steps. In the first step, this benzene sulfonic acid is converted into sodium benzene sulfonate by neutralization process. This sodium benzene sulfonate is converted into sodium phenate by fusion process, and in third step, this sodium phenate is converted into phenol by acidification process. It means the name of the 3 processes are neutralization, fusion, and acidification. For neutralization, we have to use NaOH. For fusion, we have to use excess of NaOH at 573 Kelvin. And for acidification, one can use dilute HCl or H2CO3 or H2SO4. Thus, neutralization, fusion, and acidification converts benzene sulfonic acid into phenol.